right, what's your name, man?
Bobby Nunn.
Bobby Nunn, I'm Luke.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. All right, so I think that a moral society is impossible without God.
Yes.
You disagree with that?
I totally disagree.
Okay, why am I wrong?
Well, I wouldn't say you're wrong. I'd say it's a perspective issue. And I'd say that you can totally create moral systems without God. Something that's created in yourself, something that you cannot prove with science. Because you can create a logical system of morality that has nothing to do with God.
Okay, so let's stop there. So what's the foundation for morality? So if there is no God, why should anybody live a moral life? What's the foundation for you living a moral life?
Let's start with a fundamental question every man, woman, or being might ask themselves, and that would be, what does it mean to be a good person? How can I be a good person? And to create a logical system, well, we could start by understanding virtue as a mean. Okay? What does it mean to be brave? How can you weigh that? You have to have goals, situational goals, to objectively, not subjectively, create meaning. Okay? So let's say you're like a mall cop, you're Paul Blart, right? And like, what would it mean to be virtuous? I think he was a pretty brave guy. So bravery in any instance would be, depending on your long-term and short-term goals, not being foolhardy and not being a coward. That perfect balance would make you brave. So if your goals were to save them all and hopefully no one gets shot, you would be a coward if you hid, never call the cops. You'd be a fool if you rode your cart and he was kind of fooled, but he did it, so he's a badass. But let's say, long story short, so let's say we take every human on the planet and we create something, rape is bad. At the moment where everybody said that, it's an objective moral truth, if everybody truly believed it.
Okay, so that's what we want to get back to, the foundation for morality. What makes rape wrong? Do you even think that? Is it wrong?
Yeah. Well, the fact that it's not going to promote, it's not going to help you, it's not going to help anybody. If you were like a psychopath, rape is good, but everyone else on the planet would say it's bad.
So what makes the psychopath wrong?
Oh.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What makes the psychopath wrong if he thinks it's right?
I'd say that we should create planetary goals, and if 99% of people agree on them, that we can genetically alter the 1% to agree with us.
Really?
Yes.
So,
I'd say that actually sociopathism is actually a genetic mutation for the worse, and from a scientific logic perspective, with future genetics, we can change people so they won't want to kill people and they'll agree with everyone else that rape is bad, and then we have an objective moral truth.
So people determine what morality is?
No, but morality is always subjective whether you have a God or not.
Okay, I haven't got an answer. Where does morality come from? So if 99% of the planet agrees on something, that makes it right.
No, if 100%, if every single person...
That's not what you just said.
If every single what I said is we could genetically alter people, and then if you get 100% of a people to agree on the same thing, you can create an objective system of truth that's not subjective because everybody agrees.
But you would be forcing people to go against their beliefs. Is that right?
Yeah, but that's just practicality in the 21st century. Ideally, if you can, let's say, Garcia birthday band, right? Let's say everybody accepted the Garcia, let's say Jerry Garcia is your new objective moral truth, and that everything he says is good, and he's your new God, right? Let's just say, it doesn't have to be anything, right? It could be a goal. Logically, it should be a goal, like, let's get our species to another planet, because eventually the star is going to die, and anyone scientific could agree on that. And so as long as you're not helping us get off the planet, you're objectively a bad person if every single human being agreed on that, right? But we're like in a world where people don't even agree on science. So what I'm saying is we think a simple goal is like, oh, rape is bad, and if everyone could agree on that, if we build it would take hundreds and hundreds of thousands of logical statements to get people to agree on, to deduct truths out of them that are actually logically true.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is there is no basis for morality because we don't all agree on what's right and wrong,
Well, what I'm saying,
right? Because there are people that don't think rape is wrong, right? They're in prison.
I'll just end with this. From a logical standpoint, whether you believe in God or you believe in science, morally, you're never right unless everyone agrees on it, because your beliefs are what determine morality.
Okay, so everybody in the South thought slavery was right. Does that make it right?
Hey, man.
Here's the thing, man.
I'm sure they were pretty.
You have intrinsic value because you're created in the image of God. God loves, yes, you. You have a spirit, you have a soul, and God loves you. He thinks you're precious. He thinks you're priceless.
I love God, honestly.
You love God?
I love God.
Do you know Him? Because He wants to know you, man. He revealed,
I am learning of Him, and that's all I could ever do.
well, God revealed Himself in the person of Jesus Christ. And we've got a whole book written about Him, and He wants to know you, man. He died so that the gap between you and God could be bridged. He loves you. Jesus did that for you, bro. He loves you.
Honestly, Jesus seems like a pretty cool guy. I like.
He's a very cool guy.
About the guy that was like, they were supposed to stone him because of the original Bible. Then he's like, but this is his donkey, and he needs his donkey. Don't stone him. And then whoever hasn't.
I'm not familiar with that story.
My favorite Jesus line: who have not sinned, throw the first stone.
Yeah.
Basically calling out anyone that, like, you can't persecute sinners if you're not, like, pure.
Yeah, Jesus was a friend of sinners, man. That's what He came for us.
He also hated them, too. Well, he turned over the gambler's table and was like, you guys, right?
No. That was the money changers in the temple who were not letting the Gentiles come in to pray.
Yeah, but he was like, I'm Jesus, and this is good. So he was assertive with his goodness, too. He wasn't a punk.